Good morning, students. Today we have to start with the next assignment, that is the assignment number 7. Here we have to create a procedure, stored procedure. Okay. So you have to remember that in PLSQL we are having a facility to create a procedure. Okay, so here we have to learn how to create a stored procedure and how to create a function also. So initially we will differentiate in between the function and the procedure. Okay, so whenever we are creating a procedure, we cannot return any value from that procedure. But whenever we are creating a function, we are having facility to return some value or the particular output from the function. Okay, then in procedure we are using a DML queries, which are the update, select, insert. These types of query can be get utilized in procedure, but we cannot use a function with data manipulation query. Okay, so in function only we are using select query, like that cursor. In cursor also only select clause get executed. Similarly in function also we are working on only select query, and procedure will work on the DML query. Function will return a value, procedure does not return any value. Procedure allows both input and output parameter, means we are passing input and we are considering what is the output, decided output from that procedure. Function does not allow a output parameter to the function. Then here to be, we can call a function from the stored procedure, but we cannot call a stored procedure in the function. Okay, function can call in the procedure. We cannot call procedure using select statement, and we can call the function using select statement. So these are some basic difference in between the stored procedure and the function of the SQL. Okay, now directly we will go with the one simple procedure. I will share the new screen with you. That is the Oracle environment. We will learn the detail about the procedure. Okay, so now here what I will do, I will create one procedure. Okay, I will show you. Suppose create or replace procedure. Suppose suppose I have created one procedure test2. Okay, then at begin we have started the procedure. Simple ddms some underscore output dot put underscore line test code. Okay, then we are having a single quotation mark close. So just one string we have printed using this particular test to proc. Okay, and then just we are ending the begin clause. Now I want to call the stored procedure. Okay, how to call the stored procedure? How to call that stored procedure? Here begin. What is the name of my procedure? Test2. It is a stored procedure. So call that procedure with function sign and end. Okay, so I will show you a one simple procedure. Here, suppose this is my procedure. I have created one procedure. So here procedure get created. After that I will call that procedure. I want to execute that procedure. Okay, so within begin and end I have called that particular procedure. So how we have to call that particular procedure? Using begin and end, and I will execute it. Okay, so here first procedure and hello. So this is old procedure which I have already created in the environment. Now just I have created new procedure. What is my new procedure name? That is the test2. Okay, so that procedure I have created and I have called that procedure. Just we will check here. So what we have to do, just remember that Here we have to follow the syntax. Wait a minute. Okay, create procedure. We will go through the format test2, then add. Okay, then it is begin. Okay, then it is end. First we will check that procedure is created or not. So here, okay, now I will call the procedure. Okay, so test 2. Suppose here P1, we will check what exactly happened. Let it be. So already we have created one procedure and we have called that procedure. Okay, create or replace procedure test as begin. This is the procedure. Okay, now what is the problem statement? Our problem statement is that we have to create a one table. Okay, so in that table what we want to do? So here we have to initially create one table and insert some record into that table. Okay, then I will tell you what exactly we want to perform. So here we will go line by line. Okay, so I will read the problem statement once again for that particular assignment. Okay, and then we will start here. So what is the problem statement? We have to create a PLSQL stored procedure and a stored function for calculating the grade of the student. Okay, so here we are having one table, that is the student, in which we are having roll number, name of that student and marks. These three attributes we are entering into the student table. Okay, so we will start with the same thing. I will show you what exactly we are performing. Wait a minute. Okay, so we are here only. Now already objectives exist. Okay, so we will go to the history and directly check with that particular procedure. Okay, so here I'm having a number of procedures already created, so we will go there. Okay, wait a minute. So my procedure name is supposed to be grade 1. Okay, so I have created a procedure grade 1, so I will find it and then we will directly go with that. We have to be. So here it is the simple procedure. Okay, now we will start with the new procedure. Suppose here I will create a new table. Okay, I will show you a line by line. Okay, so suppose here I have created a table student, suppose stud, or we can say that student 12. Okay, so I have created the table student 12. In that, these are the parameters I have passed: roll number integer, name varchar, and marks integer. Then I will change the just name of my table for the sake of actual implementation. I want to show you. Okay, so here I have created, sorry, I have created, table is created. Now I will insert some record into that table. One row is inserted. Now second row will be get inserted, and this is the third row. Okay, now our table is ready with three records directly. Then we will check the here. So we are doing the order by roll number easily. So it will sorted according to the roll number. Okay, so roll number 1, 2, 3, name and the marks of that student. Now we want to calculate a grade of every student depending upon the marks availed by that student. Okay, so here what we are doing, suppose altering the particular table student here 12, add the grade varchar. So now I will altering the table. Okay, table get altered. Now here select the particular table order by roll number. Okay, now so what I have done here, I have created initially only three column. After that I have created a new column grade, altered the table, and just I am not adding any value or the data to that column, just I have added the empty column. Okay, after that now we will start with the stored procedure. Okay, so I will tell you how to write a procedure for that particular, you can say that here, calculating the grade. Okay, so now we will start here. Simple procedure we have created. So what we have done here, initially create or a replace procedure. What is my procedure name? Suppose grade 11. Okay, my procedure name is the grade 11. In that Aryan in number. What is the meaning of that? I have passed the one variable roll number in number as mark. Okay, so here as mark will be the input for that particular function. Okay, so now what we are doing, we will start with the begin block. Select, you have to remember your procedure will be work on only the, we can say that, any DML query, but the stored function will be work on only select query. Now here what we will do, select marks into mark. What is the meaning of that? Marks is nothing but the attribute of the table student 12. Into mark, mark is the variable of the procedure, grade 11. Okay, so from, we can say that student 12, we are selecting the marks column and we are passing that value to the variable mark into the procedure, where R number equal to Rn. So Rn is the input provided by the user from the function. Suppose I have passed roll number 1. So 1 get matched with the attribute R number from the table student 12. Okay. Then here we are checking the condition. Simple condition is there. If mark is less than 875 and less than 910, it is the update the student 12 table. What we are doing, we want to calculate the grade. So set grade equal to higher second class. Our grade column is blank. So what we are doing, we are checking one condition. If that particular variable lies between this condition, then update the table. Actual table value we are updating because it is stored procedure working on DML. Set grade equal to higher second class, where R number equal to Rn. So जो भी whichever roll number we have provided as an input to the select query, that row gets selected and check the marks. Depending upon that marks, grade get calculated and update the table. Else if new clause we have checked mark is greater than 990 and less than 1500, then it is the distinction. Else if it will be the second class. Okay, and then when any one of the condition gets satisfied, the grade gets calculated. Otherwise, dbms dot output dot put line no such a grade. Means if your marks are not lies in between any condition, the no such a grade message will be printing on a screen. And if so, this procedure we have created for calculating the grade of that student. Okay, so just we are changing all the here table name student 12 each time because my table name is student 12. Okay, now what I will do, I will just call the procedure. Here we will check once again. Okay, okay, so here you have to check that whichever the procedure we have created. Okay, so previously I have created one procedure, I will show you that procedure. Simple procedure I have created. I will show you that one. Here we are having the procedure create or a replace procedure. Okay, so that I will show you. Okay, that we will run the procedure. Okay, function, this is the function. Okay, now supposed to be we have to create a procedure. So for that purpose here procedure get created. Now we will call the procedure. Simple in begin, what is my procedure name? Test 1. Okay, in that test 1 suppose I have passed the roll number 1. Okay, and then end. So we will check that how the test 1 get executed. So 1 is detained. What is the meaning of that? Here we have created one procedure, so it will check the status of the attendance. Okay, so here we have created one table. So what is my table name? My table name is student. Okay, so we will here check select start from student. Okay, so here we will check the attribute of the stud table. So you are getting how we will create that particular. Sorry, here already we are having that particular query. Okay, select start from stud. So these are the roll number, attendance and status. Now we will run that query. Okay, so here what I have created, create or replace procedure test 1. Roll number I have passed as an input to my particular procedure, and what is the output? Here output will be in the format of updating the table, a particular student table depending upon the attendance of that roll number. So begin select ATT from the table from the table student, so that attendance column value gets stored into the variable name MATT. So MATT is the variable of procedure and ATT is the attribute from the table student. where roll equal to m roll. M roll is the variable, input variable that will get checked with the table value roll attribute. Okay, so I have passed the roll number 1. Then it will check in the student table, check the attendance of that student. If it is less than 75, then you have to print the message that particular roll number is detailed, and update the student table with the status of that student is D for that particular roll number, else student is not detailed. Okay, so we will call that procedure with that particular begin. Okay, then here what we will do, what is my procedure name, test2, sorry, test1, and pass the value 1 and then end. Okay, so this is the stored procedure. We will call this particular procedure. So what it will pass, wait a minute, what is my procedure name, test1. So already we have executed that particular procedure. Okay, I will tell you here only. Okay, so you have to call that procedure. So it will give you a output. What output it will shows us, that is the, it will shows us output that particular student is. So we will check once again for another output. I will run this query. Now we will go for roll number 3. Okay, so we will call once again that particular procedure. Once again test1, go with that. Okay, run this query, statement is running, procedure created. Now begin. Okay, I will call this particular procedure with roll number 3. What is my procedure name, test1. Okay, and then end. So we will check the output for that 3. So 3 is not a detained statement processed. So we will check the table is updated or not. So how we have to check that table is updated or not, using this particular query again, that is the select, because already this query is available. So 398, so it is not a detail. Okay, so I will tell you how we are created the particular process. So just go with that. Wait a minute. What is my procedure name, test1. Okay, so I will show you that here. Okay, so all of you, what we are doing, creating the procedure for checking the status of the student depending upon the attendance. Okay, so we are storing the attendance from the table to one variable depending upon the roll number provided as an input to that particular procedure. Okay, and how we have to call the procedure within the begin and end. So what is the syntax for procedure, create or replace procedure, name of the procedure, input as your declaration of the variable that going to be used throughout the program. And then we have to write the code, a PLSQL block of code using begin and end block. Within the begin and end, we have to write the all programming logic and then close the block. After that, within the begin and end, we have to call the particular procedure with required input. Okay, so we have called that procedure also. So it is the, we can say that stored procedure. Now we will go with the, for same procedure, we will go with the function. Okay, stored function. So for that stored function, we will go, we will start with the stored function. Okay, now here what we have done, create or a replace function. Instead of procedure, we have written create or a replace function proc1 m roll number in int, return varchar. Now function will return a value, it is not available with the stored procedure, but function can return a value but not a output value. Okay, so return a varchar is status 1. So now what we are doing, same program we are doing, but here only thing is that we are not having facility to update the table within the function. Okay, DML operations cannot be get performed under the function. It is possible with only the procedure. Now select ATT into MATT from student where roll number equal to M roll number. Then we are checking if MATT is less than 75, then status 1 equal to D. What is the status 1? It is the return value returned by that particular function. Then else status 1 equal to not detect ND. Now what I am doing, I will just first of all create the function. Okay, we will check update the student table. Okay, I will call that particular procedure. Okay, so here something like that form I is in. Okay, so we will check here once again. Okay, after that checking the condition, what we are doing, update the student table. Set status equal to status, yeah, status 1 where roll number equal to M roll number and return status 1 end. Okay, so I am having a track of that particular procedure also. I will show you. Wait a minute. No. So here to be. So thing is that only you have to remember related with the function. That is only the thing. Okay. I will run once again. We will check. It is overwritten, so it will create an error. Okay. Actually, it is saved. Number of functions we have created. Okay. Here we have created one more function, that is the proc, that we will check once. So it will be end of file, so it will create an error. Okay, so all of you remember that here to be thing is that only what is the difference in between the particular, you can say that function and the procedure. Here the actually procedure is there. Okay, so already we have created the procedure. So I will show you one simple demonstration which I have already created for you. I will share my file so all of you check here. Okay, so what we have done, simple, already we have learned, that is the stored procedure. Now we will go with the stored function. So create or replace function, function name, roll number as a input. What is the return value? That is the varchar. So grade 1 varchar mark int. So these grade 1 and mark are the variable that going to be used within the block of code. So now we will check the marks of each student and setting the grade value. So grade 1 is the variable of that program. Grade 1 higher second class, grade 2 distinction. Likewise we are setting grade. But now here we are not updating any table. In the procedure what we have done, checking the grade and immediately we are setting the grade in the update query of that table. But it is not having the functionality with function with the DML operation. So initially we are calculating the grade only and closing the function, and after that we are updating at the last student update student 11 set grade equal to grade 1, where r number equal to roll number and return the grade 1 value. Then how to call the function? Declare grade 2 varchar 20 begin grade 2 equal to proc2. Okay, this is the calling method of that particular stored function. So that is the difference between the stored procedure and stored function. Okay, so I think all of you getting what is the difference in between the stored procedure and stored function. Okay, and that is possible with the PLSQL. Okay, set of instructions using the logical statements. We have to implement a PLSQL block of code using the stored procedure and function. Okay, thank you.